This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by the one and only Mr. Gary Cully. Gary, sorry, can you call you Gally? It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's late.
Talk to me. Big show, big stage. It's what you've always wanted.
Yeah, it's what I've been asking for a long time, what I've dreamed about since I'm this height. So yeah, it's here now, and I just can't wait to get in there on Saturday night.
You had this fight postponed, didn't you? Wasn't this supposed to be down for Ali Pally at one point? Has that been a bit frustrating that you've had to wait for it?
No, it was on MTK show February 11th in York.
That was the one.
Yeah, so I got the offer to move it to this or fight on February 11th in York Hall, so I obviously jumped at this. The platform I wanted, I was obviously going to take the fight with Vasquez on that show, just purely because it's a fight that moves me in the direction that I want to go in. So I believed it was the right fight, but now we've got the big fight and we've got the big platform, so yeah.
Now, I know the last couple of times I've seen you behind closed doors for MTK, obviously there's a lot of hype around you and you were looking for that step up. You've got it with Vasquez, very experienced campaigner, he's been over here before, and in many people's eyes he got the victory over Lewis Ritson. Talk to me, how big of a step up is this, and one you feel you're ready for?
Yeah, huge step up. Former world champion, defended the title 6 times or something. He's been over here, like you said. Had a touch and go decision with O'Hara. Many thought he won that one. I think it was a little bit closer than the Ritson one, but he definitely won the Ritson fight. Got hard done by over here again. So yeah, he's legit. He's been in with the best. He's been in with Josh Taylor, Canelo twice, Timothy Bradley. So yeah, 55 pro fights. He knows his way around the ring. I'm just a novice. But yeah, I'm ready for this step up. I've been ready for it. I've been crying for it, and yeah, this is what I'm built for. I believe these are the nights that I've got into boxing for, and now it's here. So I'm just really excited.
Now, those on the boxing circuit, the people who've watched you, they know about you. But is this almost like your coming out party to show the world on the big stage? Look, I'm here, this is what I can do. Because I've called you, you're one of Ireland's almost like best kept secrets. Everybody in the boxing world knows about you, but this is your chance to really showcase what you can do. Literally,
I've been describing it as exactly what you said there. This is my coming out party on March 12th, so massive night for Irish boxing, massive night for me, and I just believe I was due to fight back in November. I got injured, it kept me out of that, and as I was dealing with that injury, I kept telling myself everything happens for a reason, and everything has just went in the right direction for me since then and the start of the new year. Getting this fight, originally it was actually Artem Ramlev's I was due to fight on February 11th in York Hall. Got offered Miguel Vasquez, took that, then that got moved from York Hall to this show, so everything is just lining up perfectly for me, and I believe now this is the time, and this is the time I step into the spotlight and yeah, show what I can do.
How important is it for you to put on a showcase performance? Because I know, look, when you come out, you make your ring walk, your nickname's a diva, you've always got some fancy outfit on, some fur on. How important is it you to go in there and shine, but also look at getting a stoppage victory? Because I know you like getting them, I know you hit very hard as well. How important is that to you, or is it the win's the win, don't matter how you get it? Talk to me.
The only important thing to me on Saturday night is getting my hand raised. Obviously I like to look good doing so. I bring the flashy kits and I like to excite people. I like to keep the fans entertained, so I believe my style does that. I don't really need to try anything out of the ordinary. Obviously stoppages are very nice, and if they come, they come, but ultimately the goal on Saturday night, the number one priority is just getting my hand raised.
That would be huge for you though, if you managed to stop him on Saturday night, because like you said, you've come over here, he's had some decisions where people have raised eyebrows. For you to step up and to do that to him, that would put a lot of people on notice, wouldn't it?
100%. He's only been stopped previously by Josh Taylor at 140 and the South African guy at 147, IBO world title, so he's a tough guy, you know. And he's awkward, he's hard to pin down, he's hard to catch clean, so if I get him out there, it'll be a huge statement, not only to 135 division, but to the whole boxing world. I think it'll be a massive statement if I could get him out there.
Now, when people look at you, I was the same. When I first saw you and they were like, oh, you're fighting at 135, I went, no, he's not. We're 147 or something like that. No, he's 135. Yeah. You are huge for that weight. How do you find making the weight? Are you comfortable? Obviously, we know every camp boxer's like, yeah, we've got a diet, got to make a cut. But is it okay for you? You feel comfortable at this weight, or do you think you'll do as well as you can, then you'll start moving through?
Of course, we all as fighters we all cut weight. I fought up at 140 there at the start of pandemic, the start of lockdown, and moved up to 140 for a fight with Craig Woodruff. Didn't have to cut any weight the last couple of days, the last week before the fight, and felt a little bit uneasy not doing it. I liked a little bit of it kind of gets me in the zone, the little bit of losing the weight and the little sweat ups the last couple of days before the fight. So I believe that's what I enjoy doing, and that's what works for me. I want to win a world title at 135 before I do anything else in boxing, so I'm going to keep campaigning at 135, win a world title there, and then see what my options are.
There's options obviously up and down the divisions when you look European level, world level. Who are the names that you look at? And this isn't you calling anyone out, this is just you from a personal perspective and say, you know what, I'd love to share the ring with that guy. Who are the names you look at? And this isn't looking past Vasquez, this is saying in an ideal world, so we're not disrespecting him, we're just saying, look, you're the guy, you tell me who you'd like to fight when you look at them names.
I aim for the top of anything I do, so I want to be the best at anything I do, so it's the Haney's, it's the Cambosas, it's the Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. I know he's not won anything yet at lightweight, Vasyl Lomachenko, all these names, just purely because they're at the top of the division and that's where I want to be. So I'm a boxing fan, I look at European level and stuff like that, but ultimately my aims have been set at world level and competing at the highest level since I began boxing at the age of 8, and since I've moved through the ranks. I've competed at European Championships, won them as an amateur, and competed at World Championships. I've always aimed high, so for me it's the biggest names in the divisions, the Tanks, the Lomachenkos, all these guys.
That'd be incredible if, in a couple of years or even sooner than that, you get into a ring with someone like a Tank or a Haney. You're part of this exciting crop of Irish fighters at the minute coming through. There was a lot of them on them MTK shows through the pandemic coming through. How important is it for sort of Irish boxing to keep growing and obviously keep evolving, because there's such an exciting crop coming through at the minute? Yeah,
massively important. I think over the last couple of years we've seen a lot more turn pro. We've always had that talent in Ireland, but people were a little bit more reluctant to turn pro. But ever since Mick's turned over, and he's the kind of Carl Frampton days, and then Mick turned over, Mick's leading the way for us as well, and I think it's important that for me to see the likes of Mick, who I've shared teams with or shared the gym with on the Irish team, to see him then go and lead the way and be an inspiration for us, and then for me to do it for the younger generation. It's a knock-on effect, and it's a domino effect. It shows them that it is possible. I've trained with Gary, I've seen him go through the ranks as an amateur, and now he's doing this. So that's what Mick is for me right now, that it is possible, and I'd like to be that then for the younger generation coming through, that they see me at the highest level and realise that it is possible.
I mentioned Mick there, hopefully I'll be able to catch up with him later on, but he's going in there against Lee Wood. Lee Wood's just come off an extremely impressive win over Kanzu, who everyone was saying was this big monster. He went in there under the guidance of Ben Davison and put on a beautiful performance. Obviously I think I know you're going to back, but how do you see the fight panning out in that main event? It's a really good dust-up.
Yeah, it seems to be like it's 50% people picking Mick, 50% people picking Lee Wood. I actually thought it would be, I was surprised, I thought it would be a lot more people picking Mick, but people seem to be backing Lee Wood big time. I've watched him a little bit, obviously, because he fought Davey Oliver, who was a gym mate of mine, and Jazza as well. So I have seen him. I think Mick's skill set is a level above, and I think he'll show that on Saturday night, and he'll come out with quite a wide points victory. But yeah, people seem to be banking on Lee Wood's punch power, and yeah, it's boxing. That may be the case. Maybe he'll land a shot and finish Mick, but I don't see that happening. I think Mick will show his class.
Do you think that's what this is ultimately? I know it's hard, because obviously when someone's got a certain set of skills, they get labelled as the puncher or the boxer, but is this Lee Wood's power versus Michael Conlan's boxing movement and ability, and his ability to, not necessarily nick rounds, but maintain a lead and a rhythm?
Yeah, I don't want to disrespect Lee and say he's only got power, because he can obviously box as well,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but I do believe that Mick's skill set is a level above what Lee's is, and Lee's power may be a level above what Mick's is. So yeah, possibly so. It's power versus skills, but to me, skills pay the bills all day long, and punch power is lovely, and these knockouts are lovely, but Yeah, I think skills pay the bills, and I think we'll see that on Saturday.
It should be a great atmosphere. I think there's 9,000 in there. I know Michael will bring a lot of fans as well, and obviously he's from Nottingham.
8,500 Irish.
Oh, well, listen, whoever's there, wherever they're from, it's going to be a great atmosphere. Right, just before we go, tell the fans why they should tune in. If they haven't seen you before, why should they tune in to watch Gary Gully this Saturday?
Explosive performance, excitement, lots of pink, lots of tassels, lots of glitz, lots of glam.
What are you coming out to? Have you got your music? Have you got your ring walk sorted?
You know what? I actually have my ring walk sorted, and it's Sejan Bad Vibes. It's a mate of mine who used to be in my class in secondary school.
Yeah.
So he's doing his thing. He actually lives in London now, and he's doing his thing in the rap business. So I'm coming out to his song on Saturday night. So I can't wait. Yeah, it's a big moment for both of us.
Listen, guys, get behind him, follow him on his journey. One of the most exciting prospects that'll be on this show in boxing at the minute. Thanks for talking to Into Boxing again, Gary, and fingers crossed we catch up after the fight.
100%. Appreciate your time, pal.
No problems.